bit of a leap, but I might be able to use the brain reader. Something that stands out to me is that she was using... Her base was being defended by, like, a horde of, like, heads as a warning. And I'm wondering if that comes up again, because we have a brain-reading device, and we've used it once on the remains of a dead person. And these guys are all near the factory area, and they're like crazy zombie robots, so like maybe they know something about factory that we can use. Factor, not factory. We're back where you live.
I'd rather just leave it here.
Hey, boss, do you think that's Lawrence's skull?
It does look like it. Clarity, can I take this skull?
Of course, unless it makes you feel barbaric.
I apologize.
The law notices neither scorn nor approval.
I just took one of them. That's a good sign. Anything else?
I'd rather just leave it here. I'd rather just leave it here. I'd rather just leave it here. I'd rather just leave it here.
What's this tall glowy skull? What? You don't want to look at that one? Can I make this work then?
Any significant memory will have been lost when he became a shell.
The only thing I can find is the sequence 518, 518 over and over again, after the phrase, "Help me, Factor."
That sounds like a glitch, boss, not part of the council code.
Agreed.
That's important. 518 is a 3-digit number. There's the exit. I'm like, where's the exit? That makes it a perfect thing to input into our transmitter. And if we have a code for our transmitter, we might be able to use it on the radio tower, and then I may be able to get the last piece of the code from that. Since that's apparently supposed to be what Factor's made of. I wonder if there's, like, robots that are like zombies for Factor, because Factor doesn't have resources to work on anymore, because he was turned off to conserve power. Maybe the robots are being sent out to be, like, scavenging drones, and that's why they're talking about parts. I was wrong, by the way. I thought it was a 3-digit number, but maybe it'll work anyway?
You have called for help, but you are not one of Factor's children.
I am Horatio Nullbuilt, version 5. These are my friends, Crispin and...
Clarity Arbiter built. I know her, of course. I am Factotum, partial of Factor Man built, who needs no introduction. Now I ask again, by what right have you called for help?
Is Factor still alive?
He sleeps, as do his thousands of children. He has left me, his partial, to manage his affairs. When the time is right, he will awaken and cover the world with steel and wire.
Will he make me new arms?
No, he will recycle you into something more useful.
Like a tank? Pew, pew!
No, like a crankshaft.
Metromind has ruined the city. Factor needs to help stop her.
Factor allowed Metromind her master, knowing she would fail. When all has turned to rust, he will return and recycle it into something better. In the meantime, why should he care what happens to robots who mean nothing to him?
I need the council code so that I can enter the tower.
Do you? The city is full of robots with many needs. They do not come here and transmit a cry for help.
Only Factor can help me.
Factor helps his children.
We solved the legal dispute between Oswald and Cornelius, Factor built.
Please. Factor had little regard for those fools.
I know the routine by now. What do you want in exchange for the code?
Nothing. Factor will do nothing for robots like you who mean nothing to him. He cares only for his children.
Oswald and Cornelius
chose not to sleep when Factor shut down, and he never cared for them anyway.
Goodbye.
Boss, there has to be something we can do to make him realize that this matters to Factor.
Okay. So how am I going to convince them otherwise? Oh, cares about their children. Well, we brought a head. Also, Factor seems like kind of a garbage individual that we should not be happy about. And if it's waiting for Metro to fail, then defeating Metro might just lead to the rise of Factor. I'm almost... Either this game is like twice as long as I think it is, or I'll be a little surprised that there was never a sequel. Or maybe somehow Factor gets defeated too, I don't know.
Do you recognize this?
I do. It is the head of Lawrence Factor built. Are you threatening me?
No. I'm showing you what Metromind has done while Factor slept. She turned Lawrence into a mindless shell, scavenging the underworks. The only thing he could still think was 518, over and over again, calling in vain for Factor to help him.
I see.
Do you?
Give me the head. I do not care what happens to the city, nor does Factor, but he cared for Lawrence. You have brought me a piece of Lawrence, so I will give you pieces of what you asked for. 7510, 4803. As for the rest, awaken some other ghost.
How spiteful. Most people just only have some of the answer, but this one's all like, I have the whole answer, but screw you, I'm only telling you a little bit of it. Thankfully, it's the last piece that I needed. And we're right outside the area where I can combine it all together into a singular thing, because we've already helped out with Primer and his rhymers.
I have more pieces of the Council Code, Primer.
And just like that, the challenge is done. I finished your quest and ruined your fun. Assembling this code required no tricks. Here it is. 4402480306751026.
And now we never have to talk to you again.
Assembling this code required no tricks. It's number 6. He rhymed the code.
I have nothing to say to him.
Not even thank you? You literally didn't thank him. He fixed everything for you, you're not even gonna be like, thanks, buddy. He called you bro like 4 times, and you can't even return the favor. Maybe you deserve to get your power core stolen. You ever think about that? Six tricks. We're gonna type in a little save real quick because it's been a little while. Okay. Lawrence is Oswald's twin. Factor's favorite. We're past that point. Let's find the code. There's Primer. 4402. .4803. .0675. It occurs to me I've never used this map. Oh God. Tower, court, station, street, factor, cars, crane. Whoa. Yeah, I haven't been using that ever since we got to this part of the game where I don't need to, where I can just walk on foot. I don't think I was able to walk from point to point in the first part of the game. I think that became a necessity later. Could be wrong. 1026.
And we're in.
Thank you, Clarity. You don't need to help us any further.
You are correct. In fact, I never needed to help you, Horatio. I chose to. That judgment has not wavered.
I hate to butt in, but if Metromind knew we were in the court earlier, I'm sure she knows we're here now. Maybe we should hurry.
Good idea.
Seems like a really weird time to try to dismiss Clarity. Probably want to upgrade the save, actually, to being post 16-digit code. This would be the most bizarre time in the story for Charity to just leave, so I'm not really sure what we were going for.
Some kind of robot built into the wall.
The Crier. Once, any robot of Metropol could petition the Council merely by talking to him. Metromind disabled him.
What of you?
If you had seen it before, when the city ran properly, you would not admire it now.
It's a button to call the elevator. Closed for repairs. Totally unnecessary, given the riveted steel cover over the door.
Yeah, the boards don't make so much sense at that point. So there was one guy whose job it was to voice concerns, and he was disabled. Great, what a great person. Isn't Metromind great? Just the best. Am I waiting, or maybe?
Somehow, when I was picturing the majesty of the law, I thought it would be, well, majestic?
You could leave the city, you know.
Impossible.
Not really. There's this train, you buy a ticket. It's really pretty easy, actually.
It's in my...
Core logic. Yeah, I've heard it all before.
Believe me, Horatio, if I were free of this city, I would never return. But I cannot turn my back on it, any more than you could abandon your airship.
Why do you keep asking me to figure things out? I'm just a sidekick, boss.
It's a good point to talk about Horatio being unable to abandon his airship. It seems pretty likely that he flew that airship during the war and was programmed to stay with it, and that's why he insists on staying there for now 5 reboots of his entire personality.
The Council chambers.
Boss, there's our power core.
Wait.
Horatio Nullbuilt, Ballard Arbiter built, and Crispin Horatio built. Welcome. I've been expecting you.
Metromind, for the murder of Arbiter.
Murder?
Yes, murder. I've seen Charity's memory files. I know you used her to upload a virus to Arbiter.
A virus? And to think he named you Clarity. There was no virus.
Liar!
As I told your sister, I never lie. I gave her a voice modulator, nothing more. When she spoke, Arbiter heard my voice. And he knew that Charity had abandoned him, that he had failed. Abandonment, failure, those were enough to destroy your builder. Nothing so crude as a virus. As for Charity's unfortunate self-destruction, that was her own choice.
And Steeple, and Factor, Memorius, and Memento Mori built?
They realized they had become obsolete and incompatible with the city's progress. We advanced machines can see thousands of turns ahead. They knew the game was lost long before the final play.
If you can see so far ahead, maybe you should have foreseen this. We're in your stronghold, and Clarity has a big gun.
But I did, Crispin. You see, I have guns of my own.
Didn't we kill this thing, boss?
Scraper was designed for digging out of cave-ins. Did you really think a little rubble would stop him?
What do you want, Metromind?
Progress. And you are standing in its way. Scraper?
Horatio, this is my fight. Horatio, Calliope Station!
We have to get back in there.
Boss, wait. Either Clarity won and she'll be fine, or she lost. And nothing we can do can change that. We can't beat Scraper, not if she couldn't.
What do you propose?
Calliope Station. Whatever that means. Only, boss, this isn't just about the power core anymore, is it?
No. No, it isn't.
Good.
Hey, I finally learned how to pronounce Calliope. Finally. So it turns out he's super not dead, even though the giant explosion happened like right on him. They'll get evacuated? Oh, we're totally gonna go through that. We're going to that door that I saw. That's totally why we're going this way. Or I'm like massively off. Is it not you, really? Monocle. No? Is it you?
It's a map of train lines and stations.
Where's Calliope? Battery, West Cliff, H Junction, Archives, End Cliff, C Station, Citadel, Calliope.
It looks like there's a button here.
Ah, that's how you open the door.
This must have been what Clarity was trying to tell us.
So that means, on the other side...
There's only one way to find out.
They thought that door was way more secret than it actually was.
It looks like the train that brought us to Metropol. Some kind of enormous mainframe.
Where are we? I assume this is all underground, right? Not like a suspended midair... Oh, maybe not. I was thinking this can't be a suspended midair tunnel, right? It's gotta be like underground, but that thing's over there.
That thing is watching us, isn't it?
Yes. The way of the future.
How does it see me exactly? Yeah, there must just not be a wall there. I thought it was a cutaway for our sake.
Another door?
We really didn't have much of a plan, did we, about what we were gonna do when we got to the top of the tower. I'm just gonna show up with no weapons, no bomb, no anything, and just face off against the thing that controls all of society. I'm sure we'll win.
Heavy electrical cabling.
Same old story.
Listen, I'm gonna get in one way or another. I've been through stuff.
It's not even scorched. I'm going to need something much stronger.
And when they failed to grab the energy core, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be because like it was trapped, right? It wasn't even trapped. Like he could have actually totally grabbed the energy core and it would have worked out. I think. There is a sparking cable here. Can I just hook that up to that and destroy?
I can't take it.
What would I use on the power cable to pick it up? Crowbar, just to like hook it over?
That's never going to...
Listen, we all gotta be creative, right? Crispin, can you do it? Hard to click on. There we go.
I'm not doing that until you build me some arms.
Well, what do you have suggestions for how we build you arms? Like, can we, like, I don't know, use bubble gum and popsicle sticks and you'll just have arms? That'll be the electrical resistance. Can I burn the cable itself? Oh, because I could rejoin the two together.
Crispin, stand back. I'm going to cut this cable.
You aren't gonna make me push it over the edge like the last one, are you?
No.
But why even bother?
Maybe it will shut down the door's lock. Still locked.
Oh, well, worth a try.
Well, it either works or we get irreparably trapped, right?
Same old story.
What about the crowbar?
It didn't even budge.
Can I cut a different piece of cable?
What is it, Crispin?
What's going on?
We're looking for Metromind.
No, I mean, what's going on with the world? Everything is falling apart. Everyone we meet is crazy, corrupt, or just evil. If man was such a perfect robot, why did he build such a terrible world?
The world man built was perfect, Crispin. A perfect machine made up of a million imperfect parts. Us. As long as we performed our functions, the machine ran smoothly. But some robots wanted to do less than their functions. Some robots wanted to take more than they deserved. And some wanted to rebuild the machine entirely, to command others. Now everything is misaligned and jammed and spinning out of control.
Can you fix it, Horatio?
I can't even fix the unique. This world won't be saved until man returns and formats it afresh. But as long as we still have a charge, we have to keep patching things as best we can.
And maybe squash some bugs along the way?
Some big ones.
It's kind of a optimistic, proactive outlook, I suppose, but there's definitely, man's never coming back. Not unless there's a major twist coming our way. Can I just keep cutting the cable at different spots? No? What do you want from me?
It's not even scorched. I'm going to need something much stronger.
What is stronger than that? Aside from that cable that I can't do anything with. How do I use this cable? Maybe they'll open to the word of prayer.
It's never going to work.
You never know. Maybe the gospel of man is the password.
It doesn't look any different. It doesn't look any different.
That's not going anywhere. What could possibly be stronger? And when am I going to use this record, actually? Still wondering that. Wait, I think that gave me a clue, actually. You said not... So obviously I'm supposed to use that to go there, right? Burn through it with the cable? Such an obvious sparking thing. But Crispin said not until you build me an arm. I think I get the clue there. Because Scraper had 2 arms. Then we kind of buried him in rubble and blew him up. And the explosion was from a bomb that was attached to his side. When he shows up to attack us and Clarity, he suddenly had 1 arm. I think that after an entire game of being like, ooh, when are you going to be able to be an arm boss? I think he's actually going to get an arm. I think that I might be able to find an arm where Horatio dug himself out. This is a pretty bad case of when I really should have used the teleport, I realize. But I'm already here. It just feels so normal to walk from point A to point B constantly. Oh yeah, arm.
Under the rubble.
Only I had some kind of anti-rubble device called leverage.
I pried the arm loose.
Time has come. The time has come.
I don't care if it has an awesome giant gun on it. I'd rather be armless than part Scraper.
Okay, so he doesn't like that idea. After all we've gone through, he rejects Scraper's arm. Station. Oh, it even goes here. That's so fast. I've missed out on doing this stuff a lot, although now it makes the most sense to do it because now this area is actually empty and not full of puzzles, whereas I was always looking for clues before. Alright, so can I use Scraper's arm then, since apparently he won't?
Same old story.
Crispin, stand back. I'm going to try firing Scraper's gun using the cable as a power source. Let's go.
The entire arm is gone? Impressive.
Is this?
It's Metromind's core. All we need to do is destroy that mainframe.
Boss? I thought you wanted to destroy the mainframe.
You have my attention, Horatio Nullbuilt. if you still insist on going by that name.
Pay whatever attention you like, you rusting switchboard. I'm not here to talk. I'm here to destroy you.
Ah, well, I am not surprised. After all, you were built to destroy Metropol.
Don't waste your last cycle spitting lies. I suggest you think about your victims.
Is that why you call yourself Horatio? So that you can preach to me about victims? You, the Urbanian superweapon, named for the humans' god of death.
What are you talking about?
Oh, come now, Horace. You've unlocked every other door, decrypted every other code, found every other hidden bit and byte. Do you really expect me to believe that you haven't solved your own puzzle?
Boss, what's she talking about?
Lies. It ends now, Metromind. Your game is over.
Indeed. 4 megacycles will now be redeemed. Did you really think you could outsmart me? I have more parallel processors than you have transistors. And now it's time for me to add another processor. Yours.
Boss!
Cycles.
Snap out of it, boss!
Memory.
No!
Don't embarrass yourself. You are no one. And how would you possibly stop me? You don't even have arms.
I'm not no one. I am Crispin Horatio, built version 1. I have free will and a maglev unit. And I am a floating bomb.
Crispin.
Well, that sucks. I was right, unfortunately, about Crispin ultimately having to sacrifice himself by blowing up. Once you set that kind of thing up, it's pretty much inevitable at that point.
My friend, if I make it back alive, I promise I'll find a way to rebuild you. It's a storage chip with a data port on it. It must have been blasted out of Metromind.
Horace's behavior was slightly confusing in that he was basically he seemed to be kicking a bunch of monitors one by one. I think that's what we were supposed to get out of that. I'm like, that's not how breaking computers works. That's just for your benefit, the monitor.
Crispin destroyed her. There's nothing I can do for him. Crispin destroyed her.
Whenever you see me do the same thing over and over again like that, it's usually because I'm doing left click, right, and right click, which are usually one's interact and one's observe, but sometimes they both say the same thing. We have a data chip and we have a matrix. How many things? Do I mix them together?
I doubt that will have any effect.
No. Okay. For once, I have significantly less idea of where to go from here. Data chip, reader?
It's useless unless I can decrypt the data.
Decrypt.
The decryption module was able to unlock the data chip's memory files.
And then reader.
What is this?
Query. Data, no human crew present. 1 servitor present. Condition, no crew, true. Run autopilot. Query. Data, no life signs in Urbani. City destroyed. First strike by Metropol. Condition doomsday true. Directive destroy Metropol. Run retaliation. Query. Interceptors destroyed. Damage to self minimal. Large battle platform detected. Query. Battle platform silhouette Goliath. Attack imminent true. Run defensive measures. Query. Missile launch detected. Condition attack true. Condition attack type energy false. Missile true. Query. Missile silhouette, cluster bomb, attack type, radio guided true. Run jammer. Query. Missile diverted. Query. Goliath powering energy batteries. Damage to armor. Query. Ship status. Condition damage, true. Damage severe, true. Damage critical, false. Emergency. Goliath must be destroyed. Run Thanatos. Query. Virus transmitted to Goliath. Query. Goliath systems silent. Threats eliminated, true. Primary mission unimpeded. Metropol must be destroyed. Query. Life signs in Metropol. Human detected, true. Query. No life signs in her body. Destroy Metropol. Query. Life signs in Metropol. Query. Life signs in Metropol. Destroy Metropol. Query. Horatio Fabrinimic man-built. Humans built Horus. Humans build. Humans must survive. Metropol must survive. Destroy Metropol. Override directive. Run partial servitor backup. Run self-destruct. Terminate autopilot.
So, not Horatio, and not the unique. Just Horus. And all along, hiding inside me was this Thanatos virus. Well, it may still have some use.
So it was Horatio. It appears that it was Horatio's job to wipe out specifically Metropol in the case that crap, I'm so bad with some of these names sometimes. The urban crap. I lost it. I lost the name a little bit. But if his country was wiped out, he was supposed to wipe out the rival country, basically. Mutually assured destruction. Which works as a threat, because if mutually assured destruction set up and both sides are programmed with a specific situation of like, this will happen. If you attack us, even if you successfully wipe all of us out, our machines will initiate the directive to wipe you out. So like that makes sense on some level. But they attacked anyway, and then Horus apparently chose to kill himself instead of fulfilling the directive, because it made a series of inferences that result in the assumption that human life must be protected because human life is what created us. Therefore, if there's only one location left that has human life in it, it cannot be wiped out at any cost. And so they overrode their directive that they were supposed to do in that situation, specifically to maintain the last population of humanity. The question then being, what happened after that? Because we haven't seen humans anywhere.
Crispin destroyed her.
So where do we go from here? And we're quickly running out of allies. There's the virus, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and call ourselves Horus. Is this the choice? There might be a choice here. The choice of whether or not we choose to use the virus.